Hi, welcome back. This time we're doing Elemental Oracle by Stacey Demarco. And there was a time when I was buying almost every new deck because it was coming with so much information. And after that period, there was a time of saturation where I stopped buying anything. Nothing was striking when this deck came into my attention. And the artwork has to be mentioned because it's so profound, it's so beautiful. It's by Kinga Brishki. And this deck was different in a way because first of all it's a Norse deck and it talks in a very refined language about the elements: air, water, earth, fire and spirit, and it's connecting it with emotions flowing inside this body in a confined space. So besides these elements being present in their own vast permanent kind of way in the outer space, in the outer space, yeah. Permanent comparative to the lifespan of human being. This whole act or process, it gives immense space to our emotions and feelings. They are confined in our body in a small space. But most of the time it's about settling in this mental space of this body, calmly, peacefully, happily, not bothering whether that event will happen, whether that thought will come into fruition, whether that anxiety will take place in 3D. It might never happen. So, but then we'll never be in a state of rest. And why it's important? Because our body cannot cope with the infinite intelligence of mind and heart and soul in a way, because soul is carrying the perception how you're viewing the reality. So it can be anything, but because of our past based experiences, we're seeing the reality in some way. And yes, it is true in one way, but it has immense potential to be taken internally in different ways. That's what the thing is. It's all about like internal portioning, internal processing of these things, however our outside world is playing. So it's like you have rooms. So one room is filled with a spectacular night show of stars, moons, and one is like rains and mountains, which can calm you up. And third is like a storm, rainstorm, flooding. And that will vibrate our emotions. So, and choosing which room you want to be in and the will to be in that room while pressing us to be in stormy room or something like that. The idea is to relax this body while that situation or thing is going on. The thing is that bad we are thinking may never happen. So we have to take care of this moment and or settle in some kind of calm or peaceful state. And the most important thing is that if we are not thinking about it, whenever it will come, however it will come, it will be like a new situation coming to us, and we'll have our mind and heart open to see new perspective to deal with that situation. It makes your angle more focused on that thing, more small, more, so we cannot see a lot of factors, a lot of ways we can look at it. So the whole point is to keep the mind body open on peace, prosperity, happiness, clarity, safety. And I wish we all get people, places and resources to be in that happy zone for maximum lifespan, for maximum time of our life. Nothing comes in our way which should break us or which should lower our spirit in some way. These are my wishes, my prayers from the bottom of my heart. And this beautiful planet, this beautiful life, this beautiful nature, if at all we can breathe in everything. We could be seeing life beyond. Let's start with the deck. Elemental Oracle, Stacey Demarco. Elemental Oracle. And there's a beautiful silver luminous book, not very big, precise. And how the ancient Greek believed the earth started. The state was chaos, K-A-O-S. And then there was an explosion of an organizing force, eros love, that brought order to the matter. And the massive creative force brought Gaia, Earth, into existence, and Uranus, the sky, became evident. Norse saw that in the beginning there was nothing but the gaping void of Ginanga Gap, a primordial abyss. It was a dark place, no sky, no green thing. Yggdrasil, this place was a grey place that lay between the two home worlds of Muspel and Nibelheim. Muspel was the land of pure fire, in which molten rock and flame glowed white hot. Nibelheim was a white place of ice and snow, which is our Greenland, Iceland. And when the unwavering heat from Muspel and the icy frost from Nibelheim, they wove together above Gunnan Gap, frost melted, and it formed the great void, Ymir, chaos. Life began. And then there are more theories to it, as seen by First Nation people of Australia. They thought a rainbow serpent brought water when the world was created, and that serpent cracked through the crust of the earth and began her journey, waking up all life. Wherever she moved and traveled, stopped, slept, that created gorgeous mountain valleys, and of course the water line that joined them all. And it was only after the water appeared on earth the life began to flourish. Directions, cardinal directions, also have more importance in the connectivity of all these elements. The directions connected and corresponded with the four elements. And our ancestors have no words for gravity or dark matter. They did understand the idea of weight and void. Everything is connected to everything else. Energies, forces, electricity, living matter, all build upon each other, step by step, ingredient by ingredient, swirling and weaving in a powerful alchemy, creating a synergistic whole that is so much powerful than the sum of its individual parts. Wow, what a beautiful representation. Our earth, our world, is heaving and dancing with the elemental aliveness, with deep connectivity, with an electric creativity. If that isn't magic, I don't know what is. And so here powerfully you have a chance to plug into the magic. Enjoy. This last paragraph, it's like, wow. It has more than the words can explain. So then Stacey used different spreads, 1 card, 3 card, and they have their own meaning depending on the place, as usual. And then there's a timing spread also, where you can get the timing. So, and a prayer. And now let's start with the cards. Stacey is teaching for more than 20 years and is an author of bestsellers, Witch in the Boardroom, Witch in the Bedroom. And she is also co-writer of the No Excuses Guide to Soulmates. And her Oracle card deck include Queen of Moon Oracle and Divine Animal Oracle, both illustrated by Kinga Brishki. So she seems very connected with nature. And somehow these symbols, they speak so much to me. And there's an inherent curiosity, like sleeping, waking curiosity to know what they are, to be familiar with them. I'm curious enough to go and study for them, for all of them, for whatever I couldn't find. I could find some of them are directions, but not exactly the same symbols. Somehow they're related. Somewhere I read they're related with the directions. And also if I see the card minutely, closely, there's the stages of moon showing here. So these are the directions and these are the stages of moon. Is there any connection between the two? Anyway, that's very, very, very beautiful card, and I really love them. Okay, and I have Moon Oracle, otherwise this card, this deck is again seems quite powerful on me. And I have an Animal Oracle deck, but I'll say that Kinga has a hold on to beautifully create the mysteries in a 2D space. Wow, it's beautiful. I'll buy them. I don't know when, but I'll buy them for their illustrations. Beautiful illustration, and also the content. I'll see some unboxing of these cards. Okay, let's start with the cards. Now I have shuffled them, so they're not in order. So let's go with the cards as they come. 44, the biome, the connection. Okay, so one thing more she said is that every card is represented by the name of the element. This is biome. The message of the card, which is connection. A word of power, that is in the explanation in the guidebook. And a description, which is there. And the element family, earth, air, fire, water, which is there in the guidebook. We'll do one explanation of one card. I'll check which one and we'll see. So let's look at the cards. So this is biome connection, 44. Number has significance, I guess. Okay, this is north, expansion, 1. This is south, adventure, 2. This is 38, dark matter, mystery. This is cleansing, storms, 23. If I have to appreciate her, I can do it in every card I see. It's so very live, it's so very mystical. It's so very close to me. The snow, silence, 34. And this is volcano, power, 9. Then we have purity, eyes, 33. This is music, joy, 28. It's magic, alchemy, 43. If we have to, we'll do this card maybe. And desert, solitariness, 13. Then you have West, completion 4, speed, movement 42, sun, light 6. I don't know, I want to work in this kind of project, maybe with Kinga. Okay, atoms, building 40, hurt, comfort 11, air, motion 22, rain, fecundity 35, time, discipline 41, passion, the soul 14. Wow, beautiful. Earth, home 15, fire, ignition 8, 36, electricity, wildness, moon, darkness 7, gravity, groundedness 39, breath, life 27, plants, growth 19, inner core, solidity 18, rock, endurance 20, bushfires, fury 10, outcore, fluidity 12, equator, to make equal 5. I think it's talking about the dark and light forces. I'm listening about them for a long time nowadays. Animal, companionship 21, magnetism, attraction 37, oceans, bravery 30, mountain, clarity 16. Wow, wow, wow. This is pressure, transformation 26, voice, speaking your word 25, water, creation 29, east, beginnings 3, wow, marine life, richness 32, lake, depth 31, wind, change 24, cave, protection. So let's talk about magic, and I like this card. Oh God, it was so beautiful. This pressure, which is transformation. So let's quickly see these two cards. 26 is pressure. So she said pressure is transformation. You can view pressure as being negative, or you can see it being a shaper, director, positive influence. Find a happy medium where you can benefit and not be disadvantaged. She has given a word of power, which is ancient Norse word, which is, I think it's so Milliger, which means becoming. Pressure is simply defined as how much something is pushing on something else and is measured by applied force. And she went into scientific definition that atmospheric or barometric pressure is the pressure within the Earth's atmosphere. Blood pressure is how much the pressure, the force of the circulating blood is applying to the veins and arteries of the body. So pressure can be shaping influence, especially when applied to earth crust and plates. We also find the liquid pressure of water important, especially when going deep into the ocean when diving. The pressure of air exerts change on boiling points. This at higher altitudes, the air pressure is different. Just think about pressure. It seems not a very positive word, at least. So, but then when you see them in the nature in different form, atmospheric pressure, water pressure, it's constantly creating something, and the negativity of that, the pressure on that word itself, pressure, goes, it sizzles. So pressure of air, pressure of water, pressure inside the earth crust and plates, atmospheric pressure, keeping us alive, blood pressure, keeping our body alive. So now she says, modern people often refer to the pressure their job, bosses, or life, in general possess them. And many people perform best under pressure, viewing it as a focusing force. While studies show a small amount of pressure can assist performance in a wide variety of fields. A point when too much pressure harms cognitive performance. When the pressure becomes overwhelming and it's impossible to focus clearly. And this is true. And it's so variable. Like for me, pressure is like a very, very, very forceful thing, taking you down with it. So an element is air. It's brief, sweet. I think I'll work when there's a pressure is not the right word. The constructing forces in life, I'll say. A little bit poetic, yeah. But then, yeah, those who want to identify with their feelings, yes, pressure. And it's transforming. Then you have 43, which is magic, and it is 43 is alchemy. There's a magic to be found everywhere. You are magic. Magic is not miracle. Doubt kills more dream than failure. Have faith in your ability. Weave together all the disparate pieces. And word of power is magus, which is magic. Magic is a weaving of energy towards a particular purpose and an alchemic synergistic process. Magic as at its heart's participation and purpose. Magic is deliberate change. We do these magics every day, if we think about in our life. While it is going there or coming up, you remain in a space of energy where you want to see the change. It's a magic. Okay, real magic isn't some trick with a magician in a magic show. Although I do believe casting it involves an element of faith and expertise. Faith, because we extend our own confidence and energy into working. And expertise is the ancient and modern recipes of incantation. Spellcasting does have rules. You need a clear purpose and intention, and you need to be able to raise power to release it in a focused way and take a physical step to start the transformation. Magic is commonly extended to heal, attract, repel, protect, lighten, and clear the way. And all the workings with intentions such as these have a layered set of instructions and combinations of elements to make them effective. These might include a specialized timing that include the seasons or moon cycles, word of power, certain thought forms, elements that are all organized into a set that will influence time, space, atom, thoughts, electricity. Magic is doing a word, a working, a process. Magic to me doesn't exclude science. In fact, it is part of science, probably influencing it at an atomic level. Okay, that we don't exactly know how this all works doesn't make it incorrect or fantasy. After all, scientists are still trying to work out dark matter. True. Elements are fire and air. So these are the cards. These runes I bought in rose quartz. They look so beautiful. So I think that's it. For sure I'll come. I have another one, Sacred Forest Oracle. Thank you. Subscribe if you can. This is Amethyst Buddha. And the clarity is so beautiful. Which comes from this layering